Good morning, students. Today I have come up with a new topic called Scratch. This topic is very interesting. I hope you'll like it. Also, by the help of Scratch, you will be entering into the world of programming. From here, you will learn how to use logics to solve problems. So, to begin, let's start. Scratch. The Scratch language is a free programming language where you move blocks, which are also called bubbles, into a set order, then configure some of the blocks to create interactive stories, games, and animations. While the Scratch language is fairly easy to use, fun, and addictive, the language is special for two main reasons: its community and how Scratch encourages kids to learn, then take risks to adapt whatever they have done. So, in short, if I say a Scratch is a free multimedia programming language which will help you to create stories, games, animation, music, and artworks just by dragging and dropping the instruction blocks at right place. It is a programming tool that can be used by students, teachers, scholars, parents for their science projects, maths projects, presentations, simulations, etc. Now, when you will open the Scratch, you will find a cat on the screen. So, in computer graphics, a sprite is a two-dimensional image or animation that is used in a computer game. Now, each sprite has a set of rules that define how it moves and how it behaves. So, the cat, which you can see, the orange color cat with the green tick, this. So, do not get confused with the cold drink sprite. Therefore, the picture has been clearly shown here. So, sprite is a character of Scratch which will be there on your screen by default when you open the Scratch for the first time. Now, scripts. Games are made by giving sprite a sequence of rules to follow. These are called scripts. So when you will build up your game, you will be giving instruction to these sprite. Now this cat sprite is not the only one sprite. There are many other sprites which I'll show you further. So these sprites are the characters of your games or animation or stories, whatever you make. And whatever instruction you give to these sprites, those will be called as scripts. So these are few terms which I am making familiar you with before beginning. Now these scripts are often dependent upon other variables or events taking place first. So when you will create a game or animation story, then you will be giving the instruction to the sprite, and these instructions will further have certain inputs which will be called as variables. Depending upon these values, the sprite will animate on the screen. Then comes scripts. Scripts often need to be told to repeat or loop over and over again until something instructs it to stop. So, whatever script you are going to write, you can put the script into the looping. Looping means when you want something to repeat again and again until the further instruction is given. So, if you want something to do repeatedly, you can put them into the loop and put a stop button whenever you want to stop those instructions to happen. Now, this is what is called a scratch. When you open the scratch for the first time, this is how your screen looks like. So, let's begin from the leftmost part. So, leftmost top part, you can see we have scratch written at the corner. Next to scratch is an icon which is meant for language. So, whatever language you want to use in scratch, you can use. By default, the language is English. Then the next one is share. So when your animation is ready and now you want to share it, you can share with the help of share button. Then next one, you can see we have a bar which is having some tabs like file, edit, share and help. Then on the center of that we have toolbar. A toolbar has certain tools which are used while the animations are prepared. Then on the right hand corner you have view mode. The view mode is used to change the view of the screen, whether you want to see it on a larger scale or you want to see it on a smaller stage. And then we have presentation mode. This mode is used when you are presenting your project somewhere. Then on the right hand side, you can see there's a green flag, and along with that, you have a red color circle button. The green flag is a button to start your script. When you want to start your animation, you just have to click on the green flag, the animation will start. And when you want to stop your animation, you can click on red color button, circular button called stop sign. Then you can see we have a stage where this boy is playing with the football on the ground. This is a stage area where your scratch creations will come into life. Then at the bottom of stage, you can see we have a bar again. On that bar on left hand side, we have the icons with the form of star. Now these are new sprite buttons. These sprite buttons are three options which I'll explain you later, that these buttons are used for creating your sprites. Whenever you want to create your own sprite, you can even draw your own sprite in the scratch. So when you want to create your own sprite with the help of drawing or by decorating them or by choosing them from the library, all the three options are there on this bar. Then at the bottom, next to that, you can see the location X and Y. There are two letters written here and with the number in front of them. Now this X and Y are the coordinates of your stage. The vertical segment of the stage is known as y-axis, and the horizontal segment is known as the x-axis. So wherever your mouse is currently, wherever is the location of your mouse, that location is shown here on in front of x and y in the form of coordinates. So whatever number is reflecting here in front of x and y, these are the locations of mouse in terms of x and y coordinates. Then at the bottom you can see we have a sprite list. So whatever sprites you have chosen, all the sprites information will be displayed here in the form of thumbnail, and each sprite has a name. So if you want to make any changes on these sprites, you first need to click on the sprite here, then only the changes are possible. One more thing, the sprites are not only the human beings or the character or the animals. Sprite can be any object on your screen. Then also we can see a green color grass on the stage, and on here in this area only you can see at left corner we have a stage, and over that a picture of green grass is there. That means the background of this animation is a stage where you can put any picture to create the ambience of your stage. So if you want to put any picture to show that your sprite is in at so and so area, so that can also be chosen from the library and put up into the stage as a background. Then moving towards left direction now, script area, the place where you can see multiple buttons of different colors. This area is called script area. Script area is a place where you have to put your scripts here one after the other in order how you want to play your animation. Then on again left hand side we have a block palette. A block palette has various blocks which will be explained just now in the slides, and these blocks have different categories. Each category has its own set of instructions which can be used to create the animation. So now I hope I have made you familiar with the scratch screen. So when you will open your scratch screen for the first time, you will find it like this only, and you can recognize each part. Now this is what will open when you turn on your scratch. This is how it will look like. This is a blank new fresh file of scratch. This is scratch 1.4 version. If nowadays we are using 3.0, or if you find 2.0, that is also good. So there's hardly few changes in the scratch versions, few changes in the tools, but all together it is going to look like this only. So you can see we already have a stage of white color and a sprite with the form of a cat which is there, and on left hand side we have the block palette where the blocks of motion are by default selected, So this is how your screen will look like. Now it'll be your animation, how you put up the things and how you make your sprite work on the stage. Then comes this screen again. So this cat is sprite 1. It already comes loaded into the sprite list, which is at the bottom and has already been placed on the stage for your convenience. Now this is a stage area, the blank white space where you can see the sprite. The stage area is an area where you can see your stories, your animation, music and art in action. The object that perform action on the stage will be called as sprite. And as I showed you in the beginning, that we have two modes, presentation mode and we also have a stop sign. So presentation mode is used to present your projects on full screen, whereas the stop sign will be used to stop your project. Now script area. Script area is a place where you're going to write your script. The area on the right hand side of the project editor where scripts are assembled is called script area. Now it is saying here right hand side, but at times you will also find it on left hand side, so don't worry about that. Blocks from the block palette are dragged into the script area. So the script area displays a stack of blocks connected to each other. Now this area will also have a zoom tool at the bottom from where you can zoom in and zoom out your blocks in the script area. Then you have sprite list. Sprite list is a list of sprites available in the library of the Scratch. So I have tried to show you here certain sprites which are already available. They are not the only one. There are many more. In each category we have different set of sprites. So you can use any one of them for your animations. Then sprite info pane. This info pane is just below the stage. So sprite info pane contains the thumbnail view of all the sprites. Every time you open a Scratch, it will begin with a sprite, that is a cat. A new sprite can be added by clicking on any of the options given below. So there are various options. You can, as I told you, you can even paint your own sprite. You can even use a sprite given in the library. You can even take a photograph of anyone, any real person from the web camera if you have in the device, and you can create it as a sprite of yours. So it will include all the information about the selected sprite and the tools for manipulating them. Then block palette. Block palette is a place where different script blocks are located. The different types of script blocks include motion. Now these are varieties of blocks which are available. That is motion, control, looks, sensing, sound, operators, pen and variables. You can see at the bottom in the picture, each block has a specific color. So for example, if I say motion, so motion has a blue color. Control has an orange color, looks purple, sensing blue, sound magenta color, operators sea green color, pen in green color, and variables in orange color. So whatever type of block you're going to choose, whatever kind of command of each block you're going to use, that color will be reflected in the script area. Now coming on to motion, I'm going to explain you about each of these blocks as in a small version just now so that you can get to know what these blocks are doing. So motion block is used to control the up and down, left, right and rotation movements of the sprite. So whenever you want to move a sprite in any of the direction, left, right, up, down, we are going to use one of the command of motion block. Then control block. This is a very important block. This block will allow us to specify things such as when to start and when to stop your sprite. How can we move the object based on conditional operators? For example, if you have a condition that the sprite goes on 5 round, then it has to stop. So this condition can be based on the condition like which you will give, and the right instruction will be found under the control category. Then comes looks. Looks will affect the appearance of your sprite such as color and costume. As I told you, you can change your sprite according to your requirements, so that can be done with the help of instructions given under looks block. Then sensing will control to sense if your sprite is touching the edge, another color, another sprite, or is reaching to particular location. or on particular sound volume you want to do some activity. So all these can be done with the help of sensing blocks. Sound blocks will control the sounds, pitches, and volume of it, because as I told you, it's in software to make animations also. The animation has a lot of sounds, so you can use the sound blocks to control those sounds. Then operators are basically meant for mathematical operations. So this block will have certain tools which will help in performing mathematical operations like greater than, less than, addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Then pen block functions allow us to draw lines and objects on the stage. So whenever we want to draw something on the stage apart from the sprites, then we can use pen tool. Then variables, since I told you that mathematical operations can be performed on with the Scratch, so we need some variables to hold those numbers and text for operation. Now this is how motion blocks look like. You can see these all are the commands of motion blocks. Move 10 steps for moving the sprite forward by 10 steps. Then turn 15 degree. It rotates the sprite clockwise by 15 degrees. Then again we have turn 15 degrees. Now you can see the direction of the arrow has changed. Now this is also going to move the sprite by 15 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Then point in direction, this is going to point the sprite in specified direction where you want. Then go to command will send your sprite to particular location. If you want to just stay on the horizontal plane, then you can simply choose the x coordinate and leave y as 0, and if you want to stay just on vertical plane, then only choose the y coordinate and leave the x coordinate. Same way we have go to command is also going to place somewhere your sprite, and glide will let your sprite move onto the screen like sliding for whatever seconds you choose and for whatever coordinates you choose. Then control block, although the control block is not required just now, but I am telling you so that we can start with the animation. So control block has two important instruction tools, that is when flag, this green flag clicked, and stop script. These two are used in the beginning and at the end of the animation. So because we want the animation or story or game to start by clicking on flag, so we need to put this particular block on the top, and this to when and we also want that at a time this animation should stop. So to stop this animation we have to use stop script button. Now you can notice the flag block do not have any notch on the top. Similarly, the stop script do not have any notch at the bottom, which specifies that these two are to be used only at the beginning and at the ending. We cannot use them in between. Now, how will we start the Scratch? Now, Scratch is a free multimedia software, as I told you in the beginning. So, this can be freely downloaded from the website given here. It's a product of MIT students, so you can download from there. Now, getting started with Scratch. So, you can see these are steps. When you have downloaded your Scratch, you will have to follow these steps. Click on Start button, choose all program options, choose Scratch option, choose Scratch sub option. So by clicking these steps, by following these steps, you are going to open the Scratch window, and how it will look on the very first time when you open it, that I have already shared with you in the beginning, the window of Scratch screen when you will open it for the first time. So thank you children for patience listening. I hope this topic must have drawn your attention towards the subject, and this will be believe me, it is going to be a very interesting topic and you will enjoy it. Thank you so much.